Now that we have the Navigummy piece to open the way to the next world, we must return to Traverse Town and daydream about somebody else's grandmother while Sid installs it for us. She tells a long and very grandmothery story to a young Kyrie about how even in the deepest darkness there will always be a light to protect you. Sora is floating above the scene and calls and reaches out to Kyrie, but to no avail, which is probably a good thing because, dude, she's way too young for you right now. Imagine how that would work. Let's say you love someone your own age, and then they disappear, and then you find them, but now all of a sudden they're like 9 years old. How does your dynamic change? You can't really love them the same way anymore. Definitely can't be doing stuff, and you can't like wait until they're of age again because that's called grooming, and you have become a pedophile. I say bail at that point. Life has screwed you over tremendously. That's an L that fate has designed specifically for you. Plus, if she's her younger self now, it's probably before you guys even met, and you're not about to reintroduce yourself to a 9-year-old 51st date style and stoke the fires of passionate romance from the beginning. What game are we playing again? Oh yeah. After gliding unsteadily back to the world exit, it's time to leave Traverse Town and traverse over to the new world, Hollow Bastion. Sora gets a familiar feeling, like he knows the place, but he's never been there. Donald's like, you're just hungry. Which is probably true since I haven't seen him eat anything since Wonderland. It's funny how this game is just one giant prolonged fasting experience for Sora, and then in Kingdom Hearts 2 he eats nothing but ice cream, and he's still skinny. How rude. We happen upon a scene where Riku is asking a giant furry about how he managed to get here with no vessel or help from the Heartless, and the Beast is like, I simply believed. Wish I could get around like that. I'm about to simply believe I'm in the girls' locker room. The Beast is here to find Belle, one of the princesses of Heart, and Riku goads him to take her back if he can. So Beast lunges at him. Riku does an extremely horizontal backflip to dodge, and then does an approach of his own, but the camera cuts off and then flashes back to both of them just standing there before Beast is like, oh shit, was I supposed to fall over? Sora rushes in and tells Riku to stop! Riku's like, OMG, I was waiting for you, bitch. We've always been rivals, you whore. We pushed each other hella, am I right? But guess what? There can't be two Keyblade Masters. And Sora's like, what? And Riku's like, here, Keyblade, 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 come to daddy. And Sora's Keyblade actually warps out of his hand and into Riku's because these hoes ain't loyal. I like how it turns back into the Kingdom Key when it gets there. Sora's like, alright, you may have taken my blade, but I'm keeping these sick-ass keychains as a souvenir, dog. You want Pumpkinhead? Go to Halloween Town and earn it, cuz. Riku taunts Sora for a while and calls him the delivery boy, which is devastating, and then tosses him a wooden sword like the kind he used to have on the island, telling him to go play hero with that. Usually when I play hero, I can press down B and have a laundry list of overpowered spells at my disposal, but Sora doesn't even get that. He is truly broken. And to add even more insult to injury, Donald and Goofy desert him because their mission has always been to follow the key. Goofy's like, so long, Sora! Hope you don't kill yourself or nothing! And they leave. Beast tries to get up and falls over again, this time directly on cue. Sora rushes over to help, and Beast is like, why did you come here? And then without even waiting for an answer, he's like, I came to fight for Belle. Like, oh, okay, Beast, I guess it was a rhetorical question. But anyway, Sora picks up the wooden sword to actually use it as they go around looking for ways inside the castle, and it's like, come on, dude, can't you cast spells from your hands? That sword is absolutely useless and does no damage against the Heartless, not to mention Riku threw it at you like trash because it is trash, and then you just picked up the trash like you're trash. After exploring the dungeons and basement of the castle and getting some contraptions to work, they unlock the door to the castle and make their way inside. The scene changes to Maleficent, walking through a grand hall up some stairs, past all the princesses of Heart who were asleep in glass boxes. Maleficent turns around and goes, "Oh, purest of hearts, reveal to me the keyhole!" I didn't know they were voice activated. I'm about to be like, Siri, please reveal the keyhole.
That may be beyond my abilities at the moment.
Alright, I guess she's not a princess after all. The scene changes back to Sora and Beast entering the castle, and then Beast promptly exiting the castle again by himself because a Heartless was cosplaying as Belle and made him hella mad. Riku tells Sora to quit while he can, and Sora's like, not without Kairi! And then Riku's like, will me wearing a dress convince you? And Sora's like, no? Riku attacks Sora after he says some super gay shit about friendship, but Goofy turns into the Flash and runs like 100 feet in half a second to block a projectile with his shield. I guess these hoes is loyal after all, except for the part where they spent 2 hours cheating on me. Am I just supposed to welcome them back with open arms? You made your choice. So the band is back together, and Riku says, "How will you fight without a weapon?" As if Donald and Goofy don't have weapons. And also, what happened to my wooden sword? Now you throw it away? Sora's like, "I know now I don't need the Keyblade. I've got a better weapon. My heart." Yeah. Clearly Sora is trying to make the Keyblade jealous. He's posting on Twitter the day after the breakup, "Living my best life, got a new haircut." And the Keyblade's reading that like, "Yeah, right. I bet he's miserable. Like me." But it works. The Keyblade becomes sufficiently jealous and realizes it wants him back, so it rematerializes in Sora's hand, leaving Riku stuck with his original Soul Eater weapon again that can't be too happy about how things have gone either. Everyone fights each other, Sora knocks the dress right off Riku, and he runs away. We're now free to explore more of the castle. We enter the library and find a turnstile with a chest in it that must be spun literally 6 times in order to get an elixir. Hashtag not worth it. After doing a bunch of puzzles that aren't worth talking about, the scene shows Riku getting pep-talked by a floating meth pipe exhaling crystal vapor from every pore of his non-body. He explains that Sora's heart was stronger in that moment and encourages Riku to give himself to the darkness, but forgets to mention the importance of consent. Remember, kids, you can give yourself to the darkness, but only after the darkness says it's okay. We continue to climb up this agonizingly tall tower until we reach the chapel and contend with Maleficent herself, who takes quite the beating on her dumb floating platform. With her health expunged, she retreats into a glowing orb, or glorb for short, of darkness, and we follow her. Riku uses the power of the new Keyblade he's gone and forged for himself to poke Maleficent's bosom and unleash even more power, turning her into a fearsome dragon for like 5 minutes until you kill her. Riku comments on how the Heartless were using Maleficent from the beginning, with the darkness eating away at her without her notice, and now she is nothing more than a black splotch of paint that fades as soon as he rubs his foot in it. Riku retreats into another glorb, and the scene ends. The only thing to do now is confront Riku himself, again, who now talks in 2 tones at the same time, which is a pretty sure sign you've been possessed by a malevolent spirit. We approach the altar of the final keyhole and see Kairi lying lifeless on the ground. Sora rushes over to her like, "Kairi! Kairi! Open your eyes!" Off screen we hear a voice say, "It's no use." Well, 2 voices, I guess. Riku and this spirit within him that makes him sound hella manly. "That girl has lost her heart. She cannot wake up." Sora's like, "What? You're not Riku. The Riku I know wouldn't sound like 2 dudes at once." Riku says the keyhole can't be completed as long as the last Princess of Heart still sleeps, referring to Kairi. He says it's time she awakened. Sora, not listening as per usual, is like, "Whoever you are, let Riku go! Give him back his heart!" And then I hate this next part because it's a totally botched line delivery. Riku's like, "But first, you must give the princess back her heart." No emphasis on her, where there should be. It should be, "But first, you must give the princess back her heart." Because Sora just said that he should give Riku back his heart. That is how you talk to people while giving off the impression that you can actually hear what they're saying instead of reading a script. You probably didn't even record at the same time as the other people in your scene, which is just how some game studios who don't actually care about quality vocal performance or continuity between characters do it. The actors need to feed off each other's presence and react to the specificity of their line reads. If you separate them, you've just got a bunch of characters talking to themselves and it sounds soulless. Anyway, unpausing, Riku walks up to go stab Sora with his Keyblade because he says Kairi's heart has been inside him all along. Sora goes, Kairi's inside me? And then look, he looks at his own ass when he says that, as if that's how she got up in there. So Riku's about to strike, but Sora hears Kairi's voice say, "Sora!" And he blocks the attack and starts off one of the most climactic encounters of the first game, that is made less climactic in this video by the fact that I'm on beginner mode, lol. I'm using 3 wishes because you need a Keyblade that's difficult to deflect if you want to counterattack Riku's strikes, and I never did the Olympus tournament, so I never got Olympia, which would be way stronger with the same properties, oh well. Riku still goes down, and now we've got to see about closing this keyhole. But it won't work. It's still not finished yet, because we still don't have Kairi's heart. Sora looks at the Keyblade Riku left behind, a Keyblade that has the power to unlock people's hearts. Then he walks over and kills himself. No, really, he takes the end of the blade and just pushes it into his own chest, right where his heart should be. The keyblade dissolves, 6 lights dance around and find their way into each princess of heart down below, and the 7th and final light finds its way back into Kairi's body. Kairi opens her eyes just in time to see Sora falling backwards, bathed in radiant sparks. She rushes over to catch him, but he disappears in her arms. He's gone. Cry now. You did when you first saw it, I guarantee you that, and maybe the 4th and 5th times too. As those left behind lament the disappearance of their compadre, a big buff black man appears. Ansem. The keyhole is complete, and he starts to make moves towards the group, but he is stopped by the light spirit of Riku, who protrudes from his belly button to warn everyone that the Heartless are coming. So they all run off, and the camera centers around one particular Shadow Heartless, just standing there looking kinda dumb, like he should be wearing some oversized shoes and naming the raft Butthole. We assume control of this monster and attempt several times to commit suicide by jumping off every ledge we come across, so we can skip on down to the castle gates once more. Once there, we approach the group, and Donald comes up to attack us by lightly bopping us on the head and telling us to get lost, which is some giant plot armor. You know any other Heartless would be taking a Firaga blast to the face without so much as a how do you do? Kairi recognizes us, though. She's like, Sora? And we're immediately surrounded by other shadows. Kairi steps in front of us like, this time I'll protect you. I mean, you won't. You're still useless in this game. You don't even have a weapon. How are you going to protect us? By losing your heart again? Damn, thank God you're here. Couldn't ask for better bait. The Heartless all jump at us. Kairi turns around to cop a quick feel of our junk before she dies a virgin, and Sora instantly reappears in a blast of light back to his human form, which is now pitching a tent. Everybody runs away from the multiplying Heartless, and we're back in Traverse Town talking to everybody. Leon's like, tell me what happened. We explain the situation and have some things explained to us, like how the keyhole still has to be sealed and how all the princesses are still in Hollow Bastion holding back the darkness, which has gotten much stronger. So we're like, okay, let's go back. And Kairi wants to come, and we're like, bitch, stay the hell out of our way, please. I did not spend the last 20 hours of gameplay rescuing yo ass just to have you get swallowed up again. Your biggest weakness is that you have no strengths. So she gives us an Oathkeeper keychain instead, which is a great weapon to use for like 10 minutes before you go back to the Hollow Bastion library and get the Divine Rose from Belle, which is absurdly stronger. Upon returning to the keyhole, we step inside and defeat a big behemoth known as the Behemoth. As we're about to seal the deal, we hear voices from outside and come out to find the whole Traverse Town gang yakking it up. But they say that once we defeat Ansem and restore the worlds back to their natural existence, the walls between them will become impassable once more, and we'll never be able to see them again, or anyone from another world. But it's okay, cause like, we'll never forget, or some bullshit. Nah, dude, staying connected is the wave. If I can't hang out or even talk to somebody, I'm trying to forget them ASAP. That's just a sense of longing you don't need in your life. Sora goes and finally closes the keyhole, and this chapter is finally over. Jesus Christ, it's a long one, and there's only one more to go, so stick around, baby! That's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you can like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at Sunburned Albino, and consider clicking the join button on my channel page or under one of my videos to become a channel member and support me financially on a monthly basis for just $5 measly sexy dollars. And I'll see you guys next time.